everyone! Today we are going to be making some stickers because I got a Cricut maker and I really want to give it a go. There she is. Beautiful. I got my own little Cricut station and everything. I even got like the tools and stuff. I don't really know what to use them for. This thing, I have no idea what this does. But that's okay because we're going to figure it out together. I'm going to be making some die cut stickers, not sticker sheets because I haven't finished designing sticker sheets yet. So I have actually used the Cricut machine once before. I was setting it up and doing the calibration and stuff, and then I kind of gave it a try with like my own designs. I wanted to kind of just test it out because Cricut has a reputation for being a bit of a nightmare. Here are some of the stickers that I made. Red panda sticker, it's on glossy sticker paper. I don't know if you can tell, but I love red pandas. So here's another little red panda sticker. And I'm very happy with the Cricut machine so far. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and start uploading some designs that I've got. 3 of them are Christmas designs because Christmas is just around the corner. Okay, so here are some of my designs in Photoshop. I don't draw in Photoshop. I actually just upload them into Photoshop because I really like to touch on the saturation, and you can like just add strokes, like the white border, I can just add it in Photoshop without having to like manually hand draw it. This is on Clip Studio Paint, so this is my like drawing tablet. This is where I do all my artwork and stuff. I export them as a PNG without the white border. I usually export it to 350 dpi, which is dots per inch, and then I will put that back into Photoshop, and hopefully this time around it'll be okay. So now I've got my USB, I'm just going to put it into my computer and we're going to have a look and see if the designs are all okay. One of my stickers I've been working on, one of the sticker designs, I really love this one. I also have this Santa dog one, which I think is just adorable. I tried to make it look like he has his tail wagging. I'm not entirely sure if that's comes across. Here we have the kitten in the stocking that I just exported again after fixing, and as you can see, it's still being problematic. It's still, I don't know what's going on here because I could not see this on my tablet, but for some reason it's like really translucent here. So now I'm gonna have to go back to my tablet and redo it and try to fix it, but I'm gonna spare you from that. So I've tried to fix it again. I even put a colored background on it to make sure that there are no like spaces, there are no gaps, nothing's like translucent. Basically that didn't work. I put it back into Photoshop and it had loads of splodges still on it, and for some reason it wasn't fully like filled in. There was loads of like white spaces on it and gaps in between the line art and the coloring. So I actually had to just do it all in Photoshop because I realized doing it in Clip Studio Paint just was not helping me. So I ended up just putting it into Photoshop and manually doing it with the mouse and just using the eyedropper tool, getting the color and coloring it in that way, which was really hard and actually took quite a while, but it was the only way I could think to do it. Okay, so this problematic kitty here should be done. Now what I like to do, I've got my finished picture here, which is great, but it's still a bit dark and I need to add the border. So what I usually do for the border is I come over here and into blending options, and I'll just add a stroke, like a white border around. I haven't really obviously messed with this too many times, but I've usually had it on the thicker side because I feel like that's probably safer. So now I'm gonna come over to like brightness and contrast, and the first thing I do is I'll brighten it up a little bit so the design pops a bit more. I often will come back and change things quite a bit, but I also go into saturation as well, and I turn the saturation up just a little bit. It depends, it's different from each picture. I feel like this one doesn't need a lot of saturation because the colors are already quite vibrant. But yes, usually what I've learned when you're printing things, they usually turn out darker than what they look like on a screen. So putting up the brightness is definitely like a must. And I'm going to do the same with all of my images. I just kind of mess around with them until I find something that I feel like really works. Sometimes I'll print them out and they'll be so saturated, and then I'll go back in and turn the brightness down and turn the saturation down, and then they'll be so dark and dull. It really is just constantly like trial and error until eventually you get what works for you. And when you finally get it right, you can just keep that and keep using that. So it's not too bad, but usually what I've learned is a lot of paper does get wasted and a lot of ink does get wasted. I mean, I expected when I started my business, but I think it shocked me just how much I've been wasting, which I kind of want to cut that down quite a bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export them and put them into the Cricut design space. So I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to do the plant one first because I really like that one. I'm going to export it, and I'm going to export it as a PNG. So yeah, make sure it's like transparent. I like to make sure it's got quite a lot of like, the canvas size has like quite a lot of pixels on it, because it's better to like have it too big and then scale it down than to have it too small and then have to scale it up. So I've got my plant sticker exported and ready to go. I'm gonna be real, I'm still totally getting used to this design space. I'm treating this like it's a tutorial, but really it's not. It's just like a come along, we're gonna make some stickers today, and I'm gonna try to give you some tips along the way. New project, and then upload, and these are my other designs that I've done. So upload image, browse, and my plant stickers. I don't know what these are for. I always go for complex. I don't know if that makes much of a difference. Yeah, and I always go for print and then cut as well, because we're going to be printing them out before we cut them, so we need to go for print and cut. Now the thing about me is that my stickers have always come out really big or really small. For die cut stickers, I kind of want them to be on the bigger side, because I am going to make sticker sheets which will have smaller stickers on them. So I'd rather have the die cut stickers be a bit bigger, but I don't want them to be like humongous. It does tell you on the side here, you can see it says like 7 centimeters right now, 6 centimeters up here. I'm gonna make it like around, hold on, let me get my ruler out. How big do I want this to be? Okay, so like 4 centimeters would be like that. It'd be like 5. I mean, the bigger I make them, obviously the more I'd have to charge for them, because it would cost more ink and more paper to make, but I don't want them to be like ridiculous. Yeah, they'd be pretty big. Okay, I'm gonna go, so we're gonna try 4 centimeters to start with. And then what I do is I go ahead and I duplicate them. On like Photoshop, like it'll tell you when something's in the center of the page or something's lining up and stuff. It would be nice if the Cricut design space had that, because it's very frustrating because I never know if this is like okay or not. Like, are they good spaced? Are they even spaced? Is the Cricut gonna understand this? I have no idea. That seems like a lot. That seems like an excessive amount. Is this right? This doesn't seem right. Now let's attach them and see if that goes well. Right. Now we're ready to print. So let's go print these bad boys off and hope for the best. Okay, welcome. This is the first time I think we've been downstairs together, but this is where my printer is. Say hi, Ash. Hi. Oh, belly rub. Stop showing your butthole. You can't be doing that stuff on YouTube. I'll get banned. So, here it is. Here is my printer. So there's all my stickers that I made the other day when I was calibrating my machine. I got so many of them. By the way, I am aware in my YouTube video when I was talking about my journey to starting on Etsy and setting up my small business, I don't know why I was calling my printer Espen. It's Epson. Even in the description, I put Espen, and I just didn't change it, so it's still there. We're gonna go over here to my Espen printer. But while we're here, I will just show you my printer papers. I got both of these off Amazon, and they are the same company. It's Evergreen's high quality self-adhesive sticky matte white vinyl paper, and also the same thing but glossy white vinyl paper, because I think it's nice to have both. I actually really like the quality of both of these. The matte ones feel a bit like paper, which I don't really like. They are quite thin, but I did sit there trying to tear up the stickers, which might sound a bit crazy, but so it's these ones. These ones are the matte ones. And they felt really paper thin, and I was really worried about that, so I sat there trying to tear them up. They don't tear. What I was actually thinking was these might make for really good sticker paper, like the matte ones, and the glossy ones I think make for really good die cut stickers because they feel a lot more high quality and they feel a bit thicker as well. I really like to think about what kind of paper I'm going to use for my stickers, and to be honest, I think the matte ones might go the best for the plant ones. I can try them both. Obviously, make sure the white side is down when you're putting your paper in the printer, because that's a mistake I've done so many times before. I didn't realize there was a right way and a wrong way to put paper in printers. Okay, so back up in my room, we're going to send them to the printer. Okay, so I did take some of the stickers off because I felt like there was too many. So I took off another row, and now we are going to send them to the printer. So what I've seen a lot of people do from watching like tutorials and stuff is like they take away the add bleed and they add the system dialog. So basically that just means like that the printer will sort out all the printing, like it will use the settings you've put on your printer for the printing. So, and then we're going to print. And it'll come up with this little box. So I accidentally hit print without checking all the settings first. I'm a very paranoid person and I like to make sure all the settings are good before I just go ahead and click print. So that might have been a mistake also. We're just gonna have to live with our mistakes and learn from them. So anyway, now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the Cricut machine on. Plug it into my computer. Okay, so let's go ahead and go check our prints and see if they're okay. Hopefully they're okay. Okay, let's see here. The colors are not how I imagined for a start, and they're actually smaller than what I would like. The design is actually really grainy, but I'm still gonna go ahead and cut them out anyway because I want to see if the Cricut machine is actually gonna work for me today. So I'm gonna go ahead and I've been using the premium cardstock one, I believe, for my die cut stickers, and the pressure I just go for default. And yep, so now I'm gonna go ahead and load the mat. One thing I always forget to do with the Cricut machine is to pull it forward because it needs like a lot of like backspace to get stuff done. Okay, it seems to be doing all right so far. It's always a little bit off-centered. I don't know why, but it's cutting around it, so I feel like I can't really complain too much. That is kind of me just being picky. So my Cricut is just going away in the background there. It's working away, and it is actually cutting around the stickers, which I'm so happy for. I did the calibration a few times. I won't lie and say it was easy. It was a little bit of a struggle at the beginning to do the calibration, but it seems like ever since I finished the calibration, it's been doing all right. It's been doing okay. But the printer didn't print the stickers out all that well. I think I need to print them out again and try again. Also, I want them to be a bit bigger than what they are. They're a lot smaller than what I imagined, which is why I keep saying like, it's a lot of just trial and error. You gotta work for good quality. I think my Cricut machine has just finished there, so let's go ahead and take it out. Okay, so yeah, it seems to have cut pretty well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull these off. I've heard the best way to do this is to like put your mat at the edge of your table and kind of like bend it. So there it is. It's really blurry, and I know you probably can't see it on camera, but it is. You're gonna have to just trust me on this one. And I want them to be a little bit bigger than that, just a little bit, so you can see the design a bit better and the faces a bit better. I don't know what I'll do with all these stickers. I guess I could give them away as freebies, but I also don't know if anyone would like want them as freebies. I'm actually curious now, like if you have a small business, which I know a few of you who have recently subscribed to me do have small businesses, or you've started small businesses, what do you guys do with all of the like default prints and stuff? Do you just keep them? Do you throw them away? Do you give them away as like freebies or what? Like I don't know if I could give them away as freebies because I'd feel kind of bad because they're not that good quality. So I'm like, well, would anyone even want them? Does the color look okay? Actually, I think I do like the colors. Like looking at them from farther away, I think that is me being picky. This is my problem. I feel like I'm always like looking at my designs until I find things that I don't like about them. What I like to do when I do that, I like to put my stickers like against my wall or against the desk and then really look at them against like paper and stuff, like put them in a journal and just see how it actually looks, because that's what people are gonna be putting them in. Okay, I need to stop being so damn crazy all the time. I might actually do these ones on glossy paper because I want to see what they'd look like on glossy paper. The matte one is nice, I just don't know if it's how I was expecting. And to be honest, I've really liked the glossy designs quite a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go find the glossy printer paper, and I'm gonna put that in the printer, and I'm gonna come back up and I'm going to try it again. Hopefully it's gonna be much better quality this time. Try again, round 2. So that was the problem. I had it on plain paper and I wanted it to be on photo paper semi-gloss. This is why you always double check. Also, I went into advanced and I'm going to change the output quality from normal to high because again, I want it to be good quality. So there we go. Here they are, all cut out and ready. So let's tear it up now. I have to say though, like I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with Cricut machines and I can understand why, but so far for me, it actually has been very pleasant of an experience. I really enjoyed the sticker process, and even though it is a lot of trial and error, I think the Cricut machine has actually been worth its money for me. And I know a lot of people can disagree with that. It's not the same for everyone. But for me personally, I just love making stickers. Like, look at these. They're so cute. I'm really happy with them. I have to do the beauty vlogger thing. There we go. So cute. Making stickers is so fun. And seeing my designs come to life, like I really enjoy it. Now, it's not like 100% perfect 100% of the time. Here, I'll show you right now. It's kind of like not cut it exactly right. But most of the time, it is perfect. There you go, there's the finished product. It's pretty cute, right? I'm gonna keep this one because I accidentally kind of bent it a little bit when I was taking it up, so this one's mine to keep, along with all the other ones that didn't go well, so yay! Loads of stickers! So it is much later now and I've kept making stickers and I've started working on some of my other designs. With this one, it's a bit jagged. I don't know how much I like the design. It feels a bit boring and plain, if I'm honest. So I might have to like actually redo the whole thing and like try to make it look a little bit more interesting, I guess. It is very minimalistic. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think it's like nice, or do you think it could use some touch-ups? You can be honest. I'm a big girl, I can take it. So yeah, these are the other ones that I did, and these are on the matte paper. So yeah. The matte paper works really good as well. I think I really do prefer the glossy paper because I just think the designs pop a little bit more. They're a bit more saturated. It feels nicer quality as well. So I just wanted to show you guys that it doesn't always work out great. It did cut off a bit of my design on this one, but I wasn't actually happy with the colors on it. It's way too saturated. But yeah, it started cutting out the design a little bit. And if I'm being honest, I think that's because it's getting dark, so it might be harder for the machine to find the lines a bit more, which might be why that happened, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I've tried again with some different designs, and I put the light on in my bedroom, so the light's on. So hopefully that'll work. So it started cutting it completely wrong, but I've heard if you put the top down, sometimes it helps it a little better. So I've put the top down to see if it'll work because it was cutting in the complete wrong area. Yeah, that seems to have helped it, I think. A little bit, yeah. I think that helped. So if you're ever stuck with your Cricut machine, try putting the top down on it because apparently that helps, or at least it's been helping me anyway. Yeah, so here are the stickers, and as you can see, oh, it cut out much better than the other ones did. It didn't cut through the design, so that's really good. So if that's something you struggle with, try putting the lid down on the Cricut because that seems to really help. There we go, some more stickers. Quite a productive day. We've got a few new stickers here. We have our little red pandas, our growing together one, our little unfortunate red panda cupcake. The thing about Cricuts are they're very light sensitive, so in order to get like a good cut, you've got to have it in like the right lighting. From all my research, you shouldn't really have it too bright near the Cricut and you shouldn't have it too dark near the Cricut. So that can be why, you know, Cricuts cause a lot of problems if you're in a space where it has bad lighting, or just trying to figure it out. It can be really hard. So it's 3 new die cut stickers for my Etsy, so woohoo! Okay, so it's the end of the day. As you can see, it's nighttime now. Overall, I just kind of wanted to say that the Cricut machine has actually been like one of the best things I've purchased for my small business. I know they have a lot of rep about them where it's like they're really complicated and frustrating, and to be honest, that put me off for quite a while, and I was really nervous to get one because I didn't want to buy one and then have all this trouble. But to be honest, it's been quite good for me. Like, it's not really been much of an issue. So I do actually recommend the Cricut machines. If you're interested in getting one, I definitely would recommend it. It feels like, for me anyway, like it was a really good purchase. However, I have heard a lot of people say that it just wasn't worth it for them and they ended up selling it, and people get really frustrated with them. But also remember, a lot of people that buy Cricut makers aren't always just buying Cricut makers because they want to make stickers for a business, because sometimes people just want to buy them for like hobbies and stuff. Whereas if it's a business, I feel like you might take it more seriously. So if there's an issue, you might, you know, put more time into figuring it out and being a bit more patient with it. I do appreciate that this wasn't exactly a tutorial. But I will be doing a step-by-step process in the future on how to make die-cut stickers, but also on how to make kiss-cut stickers and sticker sheets. I just didn't feel like right now it was appropriate for me to make a Cricut tutorial because I have only used it once. This was my second time using it today, so I don't feel like I'm quite qualified to teach you guys how to use it just yet. Over the next few months, the more I get used to it and the more I figure it out and become confident with it, I will 100% give you guys more tutorials. I would rather save the professional tutorial for when I've got it like down 100%, and then if people have questions or problems, I can actually help you guys and answer them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in seeing how I started my journey in becoming a small business, you can click this video right here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!